Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we've got a large road trip today from northern Wisconsin here. We're heading out to the Twin Cities, and I have to get gasoline because it is just so cold out that my Volt will barely run on electricity only. And as I say that, now it finally switched over, but essentially now I was on high idle, if you want to compare this to a diesel, because the vehicle just could not run on electricity power alone, which is crazy. So that probably has a little bit to do with it being 9 below zero right now, and the fact that I had the heater on comfort instead of eco. So I reset the trip odometer as soon as I left the house, and I want to see essentially what I get on gas and what I get on electricity. So essentially, I started out on 23-ish miles, 22-ish miles of electric range. I do have to stop at the course for a hot minute here, and I don't think that's going to regen anything. I only plan on being there for tops of 30 minutes. So I am going to fill up with fuel, and I am going to stop at the course, plug this in just for a brief, maybe 15 minutes. It's not going to recoup even a mile of range. So I am going to do that and then make our way out. It probably will be, I'm guessing, 250-mile round trip, something like that. So a little bit of county highway driving and a little bit of interstate driving. So that's basically it. And I've done these videos before, but I'm always curious to see what the Volt will do with, very cold weather, because not a lot of people honestly get to experience a Chevy Volt or any plug-in hybrid for that matter in super cold weather. That's just something that isn't talked about on YouTube, and I think that it's time that I should talk about it. So we're just going to continue to drive here and kind of update you as the vehicle warms up here, as the MPGs go either up or down. Probably are going to go down from 38.2. I want to truly see what this does when I just run it on pure hybrid mode for most of the time. But again, we're dealing with 9 below weather. I mean, this is frigidly cold. I've noticed in the past when the weather's been cold right around zero that I've been averaging right around 29 to 30 MPGs. So I'm curious to see right now what this will do. And I am going to reset it here once the battery range does run out, because I want to see what this vehicle does purely driving on gasoline regeneration power. So we're going to do that once we run out with the range here, but I want to see how many miles I can get with the gasoline engine and the electric powertrain when it's 9 below. So we're going to fill up with some premium here and get this puppy on the road. Well, we ran out of battery power, so in that time, because it is again 7 below now, we averaged with the battery and the gasoline, we used over the 33.9 miles, we used 0.4 gallons of gas, so we averaged 72.3 miles per gallon. Now I am going to reset it because I want to see how much we get purely on gasoline regeneration mode. So I'm guessing it's 6 below. It's supposed to warm up to 8 today on this whole roughly 250-mile road trip. We should end up with 27 miles per gallon, I hope, but we'll see here. Part interstate driving, part state highway driving here, so we'll see what happens. But I was impressed with the performance beforehand, although in the summertime to get 33 miles on a charge is no problem whatsoever. Usually we get about 35 to 36, but in the wintertime here, it's just the cold and along with the heater really is a detriment to the battery, and especially being a 12-year-old vehicle now, spending most of its life in Wisconsin, you are going to see battery degradation. It's just like an iPhone, really. Over the years, the battery percentage just goes down a little bit. So normal stuff, but I'm still saving money here, and and still having fun with the vehicle, which is good. But we're going to get on our road trip here and see what we get for MPGs. We are almost 3/4 of the way done with our journey here, and as you can see, we're cruising right along. Just crossed over 15,000 miles on this Chevy Volt in well under a year, which is crazy. I'm only about, I'm not even 10 months of ownership into this vehicle, so it just goes to show you how much I drive this little beast. And right now, since I reset it when I ran out of gas, I have put on 165.4 miles. I've used 5.3 gallons of gas, and I've averaged 31 MPGs. And as you can see, the temp is now warmed up to 7 degrees, so not bad. This is better than what I have been getting, which is good. It's only going to go down now until we get to Menominee, where we get off onto a state highway. But overall, so far, so good. It is nice that this does get decent gas mileage. Again, not as good as the summertime, and you know, not a lot of people do videos on a Chevy Volt like this, where you know, you're traveling in the cold weather under 10 degrees, basically, really below zero, and paying attention to the gas mileage, because again, not everybody's road tripping this vehicle like I do, as much as I use it for, and I'm glad I have it for that. But really, this Chevy Volt is, you know, it does okay in the cold. I mean, ultimately, people who use these things drive it basically on electric only and not gas. But here in Wisconsin, when it does get cold, and you know, you're dealing with cold weather, you know, you have to use the gas engine. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Even if you're just tooling around town, you have to use the gas engine, because it needs to regen the battery. And ultimately, you're going to use so much battery so fast because you're using the heater that it defeats the purpose. So the gas motor is really nice in this, and it is allowing us to travel with pretty decent MPGs at a pretty high speed. So we're very happy with it here, and we will rejoin when we finish the end of our journey. And we're just finishing up our trip here, and I just wanted to give you a little update on the rest of the miles. So add another, 30 miles onto that. Of course, we have to let the energy running due to temperature warning leave us. There we go. So like I said, yeah, it's been about 250 mile round trip just on gas alone here. Don't mind that, because I did charge this vehicle for a tad bit, so we probably ran, I don't know, 3 to 4 miles on electric now, but we've averaged 32.2 miles per gallon, so not bad considering how, you know, the weather is. It's warmed up to 8 degrees today. That was the forecasted high, and that's what we've reached. But overall, you know, I'm impressed with the Volt. I have to say I am. I would be lying if I wasn't. Now, yes, do I wish that the Volt had more electric range? Of course I do. Of course I do. But, you know, we can't always have our cake and eat it too. So, essentially here, if you're wondering, and why I'm making this video, if you're wondering how the Volt does an extremely cold temperature, I think it does great. Of course, like any gas-powered car or gas engine, in the cold, it doesn't do as well. It just doesn't. That's just a fact of life. But it still does a good enough job to where, you know, this is sufficient to use when it is 8, 9, 10, 20 below zero, 30, 30 below zero, what we've been experiencing here the last week in northern Wisconsin. It's been super, super cold, and honestly, this is the best cold weather vehicle I've ever had in my life. It warms up fast because the battery is preconditioned from it being plugged into electricity, even when it's been 30 degrees below zero. The battery is preconditioned. It warms up fast. I probably only have to spend, 2 minutes in the vehicle and it's already warm, as long as that gas engine is running to help with the heater. But it's a great cold weather vehicle because it's plugged in. Yes, this one doesn't have heated seats or heated steering wheel, so if you have one that has heated seats, heated steering wheel, that's going to be better. But honestly, guys, for everything that I need out of this vehicle, it's been a great cold weather vehicle. You can hear anything that's wrong with it, if there's any sort of rattling or wheel bearings, anything like that, because it's quiet. And there's really no else you really need in cold weather. I mean, you've got your defrosters, everything like that. It's such a smooth ride. It's very forgiving, especially in the cold, where sometimes, yeah, vehicles do get harsh when it gets cold out, but this is just a really easy running vehicle, and for that, it makes it a perfect, well below zero, frigidly cold vehicle, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Right now, we'll probably end this trip averaging about 32.5 miles per gallon on the gas motor regenerating the battery, and that's good. That's, you know, what you would expect with this vehicle. Better than what I've gotten in the past, honestly, when the temps haven't been that cold. But again, we did do a combination of interstate driving, like 77 to 80, and then country road driving like this, or county highway, state highway, that type of stuff, going 55 to 65, anywhere in between there. So yeah, not bad gas mileage here. Again, most of you who own this probably aren't taking longer road trips like I am, and I was just actually out in the cities a few days ago and did the same trip, except it wasn't as cold as what it was today. And I averaged right around the same MPGs. So I'm very happy with the performance of the Volt, and it's just been a damn good cold weather vehicle. You never have to worry about it not starting for you, because it's plugged in. The 12-volt battery is being regened when you run the actual car itself. So you don't need to worry about this vehicle in the cold weather. It is perfect. It's perfect. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is probably a top 3 vehicle I've ever owned in my whole entire life. It is really just a beauty. So, guys, with that being said, I appreciate you watching, and we will see you in the next one. Like and subscribe if you like the content. Thank you.